Welcome back to MCOCL Bundy Rose. I got the final walkthrough of 5.1 for you. It's going to be 5.1.6. Again, using 4 stars to show you can do it with who you got. Don't gotta wait for higher ranked champs. Brute force, if the attacker hasn't landed a hit in 6 seconds, take direct damage. 100% over 30 seconds. We got kinetic instigator, generates power when striking the block. So when they hit into your block, they're going to gain power. So be careful if you're blocking a lot, especially if you're getting close to 3 bars. And of course, the big one here is you got to stay aggressive. If you're back too far, you see that timer up there? If that timer runs off, you're going to start degenerating 100% over 30 seconds. So you're going to lose a lot of health very, very quickly. So keep that in mind. You're especially going to have to be careful once you get to the point where they're getting close to 3 bars of power. Because if you need to get a hit in there to reset the timer, or if they hit into your block, they can easily get to 3 bars, which is generally going to be a lot of damage or a KO a lot of the times at this part of the game. And I saw the stunt that I could get in there, and I went ahead and ran right into an uppercut. Talk about bad timing there. And I will go ahead, do some little smackety dab S2 and pummel that Iron Man for a nice easy finish there. So following the basic strategy, again looking at brute force. Remember, you got 6 seconds to land a hit. You don't even start losing health. Power management. So I'm going to start trying to bait specials around 1 bar or low 2 bars of power is what I'm going to start trying to bait. If I can't, then at least maybe do a hit, maybe 2, and then back off while I'm trying to bait. Going to be pretty important to be careful of that, as it could be easy to push into an S3, which you just don't want to do. If you got power control champs, then maybe be good to go, but I don't like relying on that. So I see I got her at 2 bars of power. Keep it in mind. Oh, and I just ran right into an S2. Keep in mind that is what you do not want to do. Anyways, go ahead, dex out that S1. I see him at an S3. Wolverine, this guy got me through so much content. This is probably my first R5 4-star rank up, if I remember correctly, or at least one of my first. And was my go-to for everything back in the days. This time I did not run right into an S2, so that is much better. That shock damage from that S2 I ran into cost me a ton of damage. Good news is I should be able to regenerate some of that with Wolverine. But let's see how much I need him. I'll be trying to space out my champion use little by little throughout the fights anyway. I was talking about power control management. I do have that nice little magic there who will make that much easier if I'm running into issues. But in the meantime, got some regeneration on with Wolverine. Again, watching that timer, it's getting close to that 6 second, and you see how the timer reset as soon as I got the hit in to prevent that degeneration. Baiting those special ones. Her S1s are especially easy. Her S2 seem like a little bit quicker to see, a little more distant, but still not too bad. I usually try to be a little more proactively ready from a distance on S2. If she's at 2 bars of power, but the S1s are really easy, so she is at 2 bars of power. So I'm going to be kind of taking a step back as much as possible, kind of ready, and we see a nice, easy bait and dex right there, because I did have some distance. The one's easy to dex from closer up. And I'm going to be finished with this fight, so got some more regeneration. At least the regeneration helped me sustain through the fight. Didn't really let me heal back up as much as I was hoping to for my first 5 mistakes. But that's okay. We're rolling on through, doing our thing, getting it done, because that's how we roll. Get it done. Break out this Ultron. And now we hit him upside his head a few times. Get some bleed, and Ultron's good and nice after the buff. I hadn't used Ultron in quite a while since the buff. Trying to remember a little bit on how to use him here and there, but trying to get those power items. You know, kind of using those heavies along with that. Going to follow off by an S2 now. She gets some pretty respectable damage, especially got some DOT going on with this. Keeping in mind only a 4-star going on. And with a nice knee to the jaw, puts Winter Soldier into his hibernation. we'll make our way, taking a look. Again, we've seen that brute force. Going to continue on this path for the same nodes. So one kind of down there, down left, to the left, and that brings us over to the War Machine. Going to take care of War Machine next. Going to break out this Hyperion. The class advantage is a nice little bonus here. And just play Hyperion the way I play him. If you're not sure how Hyperion is or some of the certain things that's going on, keep in mind, on any champ, always check my champ tutorial playlist. Keep in mind, I have, I think, something around 60 or so plus around that area of champion tutorials in that playlist, all alphabetical order, so easy to find. You're not too sure on a champ? Go there. Nice, easy, unlike some other people's tutorials that are like way over long, just milk the minutes. I get to the point. I show you everything you need to know at a pretty respectable pace, but not too bad. So always take a look. I do have a nice one on Hyperion. Actually, it's a really quick tutorial on him. Show you all the goodies, nitty gritty, how to get done what you need to get done. So I went ahead and dexed out that special 2. And I keep trying to charge in. I was having the same issue in 5.1.5. I'm having it here. I'm trying to charge in after a heavy or special to punish him, and it's not going. It's going backwards or not going at all. So when you see me kind of standing still weirdly for no reason, I was trying to dash in. It wasn't letting me. That is a bug I have been having an issue with over the past day or two. Either that or I just forgot how to swipe right. I don't know. Maybe I just all of a sudden, after 5.5 years of playing this game, forgot how to dash in at a defender. Who knows? Anyway, I got him at 1%. And as I'm doing my little back and forth tango hokey pokey with that War Machine, let's just finish and put him out of his misery in style with that S3 red glary eye. Look at me, knock off Superman. Just going to Gambit. Good old Gambit. Get this Ultron on. Got the class advantage, so got a good amount of health on Ultron. Plus the good thing is once I start getting him to lower health, he's going to have some regeneration. I like the sustainability champs, especially in early content, going to be helpful. Especially as I'm going through these contents on just the 4 stars. Did the heavy, did an S2, got some good damage. I got, took a hit right there, but I paid him back with a knee and some pows. And I went ahead and gave him some lights out. Now it's time to look at going into the portal and do some teleportation down the way. Got a Nightcrawler here. What I've been using a lot for these Nightcrawler evader champs is, at least with my 4 stars, I've been using Iceman. So when I haven't used him in quite a long time outside of these, going back through Act 5 content walkthroughs, helping you get yourself to Uncollected and beyond, hopefully. So you saw how I switched him in the swashbuckling mode. While at the beginning, you start off with a cold snap, he can't evade. So I just try to make sure I get him to dash back, hold block, then hit into the block a few times while he can't evade. So switch him to swashbuckling. After that, the rest of the fight is easy breezy. He's just a normal champ at this point. He's in swashbuckling mode since I switched him. So I don't even have to worry about S1s or cold snaps at this point. If I want to, cool, but not a need. He cannot evade me unless I accidentally switch him back stances, which I would have to continuously pummel him in blocks after he dashed back to do that, which I will be careful not to do as I intercept him and get ready to finish him off as I give him a nice kick to his abdomen. And boom chuckalaka, down he goes. Getting ready to go to the next fight. I'm looking at this Crossbones. So when you see me use it a little bit on these Act 5 4-star walkthroughs, one of the batch of ranked up 4 stars I have. So it was a pretty fun to use, especially after a buff. I was talking about the nice Ultron buff not too long ago, made him pretty dang nice. Crossbones is pretty dang nice after this buff. However, in this case, I will be fighting against him instead of fighting with him. Making it a little bit harder. He's a little different to fight. Quite a bit different to fight actually after the buff, but nothing too horrible. Just being careful, main thing. Try to avoid relying on parry with him because he can just kind of knock it away and punish you in return. So good to do some intercepting. You'll see I'm doing a little more aggressive intercepting in this video. Additionally, some bait, if I bait out the specials, you see how he purified that and I got punished. I was just talking to be careful with that. And what do? I went ahead and got destroyed with it. That was just a sloppy play on my side. There was no excuse for that. I should not have done that. Got purified. I was just talking about be careful. So I got Wolverine, and I do the exact same thing with Wolverine. Well, he did help illustrate my point. That if you are relying on a parry, trying to use the parry attack style, but as soon as you let go down your guard, and if he purifies you, before you can throw your hit, I just very clumsily lost 2 champs in a row to Crossbones from just straight up lazy stupidity on my side. Okay, I'll own up. That was just poor play on my side. It happens to all of us at sometimes. So you make a little mistake here and there, shrug it off, put a smile on your face and say, you know what, it's the game. I made a mistake. Next time, though, I'm going to pay that sucker back. Yes, I am. But in the meantime, I'm going to take it out on the Psylocke right over here. Near in the face. Boom chuckalaka, pow wow. I'm looking at this S2 now, so I need to bait out that special. Trying to dex, having some dex issues, but I was able to dex out of there. I want to get a nice little heavy going on. Got that heavy. And I'm going to do some S2 going on. And yeah, bait out that long extended S1. Work my way into the KO knockout. That's what you get. Mutant fighting Ultron. What you thinking, Psylocke? What you thinking? Let's move on to Iron Patriot. Oh no, Iron Patriot. And of course I say that a bit sarcastically. Although as much as all people love to make fun of Iron Patriot, dude is pretty dang good with Red Goblin. I got some videos in my tips section. Make sure to check my tips and strategy playlist if you haven't. You'll see some videos of him with that synergy, and he's actually pretty dang good with synergy. But on his own, yeah, he's not a whole lot of much. I am getting my Furies up on my Hyperion, trying to bait out that S1. Go ahead and launch this S3 as I choke slam face down him into space. Freight train charge, pow! Red Eye needs some Visine. I tried to charge in after his heavy. If you've been watching my 5-1 and 5-1-5 and 5-1-6 walkthroughs, this means 5-1-6, you see many times after a heavy or I try to charge in and I'm just standing there like a doo-doo-doo-doo, flipping my fingers. I swear I know how to charge in. It's just not letting me go in sometimes. And there, I'm not sure what happened with the decks. I felt, it was like a back-to-back S1 I wasn't planning on. I just kind of messed that one up. That's okay. We can take it. Hyperion can hang. He's good. He's cool. He's cool. Yeah, he's good to go. And we're going to work our way down, get into this Black Panther. Looking at him Civil War style. Gonna go ahead and use my magic here. See how well we do. Watching that reflective armor. So the main thing is I'll do a little bit of parry where he doesn't have the armor ups on, but as soon as I see those armor ups, gotta be careful on the parries. And instead, I didn't even get there. I just got intercepted. Ninja style Black Panther. Dang, why is he light intercepting me? What's going on with that, dude? And I did the S2, see my limbo of forgetting he gets killed after limbo, so I just KO'd with the recoil of my magic. So that was the little light intercept I got going on. I'm not sure when AI got so good at intercepting, but hey, whatever. At least he didn't dex me 1,800 times in a row, which sometimes it feels like they do sporadically in fights. Got my uppercut. I see that S1 coming at me. Dex through that. He's got the armor up, so I want to be careful on avoiding those parries. Go in. I'm going to go ahead and do some S2 goodness. Get those couple bleeds. Oh, I got clipped on the second part. Oh, my timing was bad on that dex in the second part of that special. Another sloppy play on my side. However, we'll get through. So I've already lost 3 champs. This is actually kind of humbling and embarrassing. So I'm playing pretty dang bad. Played horrible on the Crossbones. I just had to wait a little bit, get some more energy back into it, and then played pretty bad over there. So I've already lost 3 champs. All do. I'm not even going to blame bugs here. I'm going to blame my poor play. So I'm going to kind of tighten my roll up a little bit. I got to get a little smoother. Rogue is another champ you want to be a little careful with on trying parry stuff. Kind of, you saw how I lost 2 champs on Crossbones from trying to do parries when I should not have been trying to do parries. I had just said be careful about parries, and the next thing you know I lose 2 champs because of parry and getting purified. Rogue goes through it so quick, so if you're trying to parry here, you get punished. So I learned my lesson on Crossbones, and I don't want to face that humiliating double defeat again like I did with the Crossbones, so I'm being a little careful. I'm doing the baiting, attacking after the baiting. Thankfully, it's allowing me to. I've been having bug issues on that, and punishing the baits, also getting a little intercepting going on, and smack dab that rogue nice and smoothly. So that's how I should be playing, none of that other nonsense. I've done a couple of the fights here. A good couple bad fights I have done, but I got one more fight before the boss. Thankfully, next fight, the bosses are pretty simple. Once you get to later content, Act 6 and higher, the bosses start to get a little crazy. I bring in usually 2 counters just for the boss a lot of the time in later content, but don't need that yet in Act 5. So going ahead and doing these hits, push him up to the S2. S2 is a nice, easy one to bait, but he is getting really close to S3, so bait that out, dex those 2 little projectiles. I was trying to parry, but instead did some bait and then took a hit, but that's okay. I got some self-repair going in. Launch that S2. I need to bait out that S2 again, and here we go. There we go, dexed. Got some degeneration because of the timer. Don't forget about the timer. You saw how it was degenerating. I took over 6 seconds to get any hits. So you got to be careful if you're taking too long, especially if you got him too much power and you're taking too long in order to try to get them to bait. You might start taking some damage. Again, 100% over 30 seconds. Pretty high rate of degeneration. Let's get into this boss. We have this AA, Archangel now. We see the bloodletting. Brute force at 6 seconds, 30 seconds. Enhanced abilities. All abilities trigger 20% more often. Nothing really worth worrying about in this fight. Should be pretty simple, straightforward, which is good because I have fought horribly at some points during this 5.1.6, helping you on this guide to getting you to Uncollected. But then again, I'm not playing to show you how pretty and good fight. I'm showing you how to get through. Use my guides to help you do it painlessly. And 5.1.6 is one that I know I've had several people specifically ask me about, so I'm happy I've gotten to this point. I know there's a bunch of 5.2 I've been asked about too that I'll be getting out in the near future as well. Go ahead and got a little bit of dex. Wasn't able to quite dex the last one. Missed it a little bit. I got degeneration going to start hitting again. Remember the degeneration, you got to hit. Once the timer starts to click over, you want to hit as soon as humanly possible. Even if that means less than 5 hit combos in order to do power control. But I got a stun now, so I'm going to do a nice little S2, do another nice little S2. I need to bait out his S2. He's pretty low. I might be able to do another heavy here, see what happens. You know what? I could probably finish this off. So do some hits, do an S1 if needed. Didn't even need, I just kicked him. I just gave him a big old shiny yellow boot. And he said, ow, that hurt, as he is down and out, and 5.1.6 is in the books, and this will be the 6th and final for 5.1. I'm going to have some 5.2 coming up for you, so don't forget to check those on my Act 5 Road to Uncollected guide list playlist. Don't forget to click that top left icon, subscribe to MCOC, Al Bundy Rules, turn those notifications on. Check my other playlist, champ, tutorials, walkthroughs, tips and tricks, you name it, got something for everyone.